So, hey guys, we are back on the podcast with a new episode. I'm Naya, and this is Dana. And today we chose the topic of self improvement. So, would you like to start us off?
Yeah. So, of course, as everyone knows, self improvement is something very crucial, whether it's self improvement in, like, let's say the habits you do, or let's say just your life in general. But actually, this topic Naya chose. So, could you let us know why you chose it? Give us a brief introduction.
Yeah, sure. So, I chose this topic specifically because I've been seeing a crisis going around with like self improvement and mental health, especially with people in my age. They don't know where to start, they don't know how to improve, and most especially, they don't know what to improve. They've just been told to improve themselves, to improve their habits, but they don't know what to improve. They're just being influenced by society, what everybody around them is saying. So I just wanted to kind of touch on that topic so we can sort of spread awareness about it. Yeah.
Okay, guys, before we begin, we're gonna do a drink tour. So, we are at, what's the cafe called?
I have no idea.
Le Tuile. Tuile.
It's Tweel.
Tuile. Tuile. Okay, you begin.
Yeah, okay, so I have no idea what I forgot what my drink is.
Mocha.
But it's a coffee. It's a coffee.
Okay. Great.
It's a coffee.
And I got a juice. And they.
Yeah.
Guys, it's an orange carrot juice. And
Yeah, like
they put an actual carrot on it. Let's do a taste test. Taste test.
oh yeah, sure, okay. Okay. This tastes like diabetes and it's fine.
Okay. Guys, I think I'm gonna do ASMR too.
Yeah. Does the microphone
I don't know.
how does it taste?
It tastes purely orange.
Purely orange.
Purely
So
orange.
there's no carrot in there.
No.
That's
At least it doesn't
fine.
taste like it.
It's fine.
I
At
should have
least it's
showed you
not
before I
diabetes.
mixed it. Yeah.
At least it's not diabetes.
Yeah. Okay, so when you gave me like the introduction or you explained to me why you're talking about it, you told me that a lot of people are told to improve themselves but not clearly told why. Now, this makes me think about what self-improvement is. Like, is it self-directed? Like, do people who, practice self-improvement, is it for themselves or is it just what society wants in disguise?
So that's a great question actually. It depends on the basis you start off of. So are you starting to self-improve just because you want to better yourself, you want to better your habits, or you want to better yourself because other people are telling you to? Also, like, many people think self-improvement is following the habits of other people and improving themselves on other people's routines or other people's agendas. So self-improvement can be like something like society's expectations in disguise, but it really can reach a point of being self-directed when you're true to yourself, when you discover what you really need to improve in yourself, when you go on a journey of self-discovery and just figure out what you really want for yourself and make your own routines, your own agendas, and work on that consistently. Then you'll see the real change that is self-directed and not meeting society's expectations. So that's about it.
So I feel like what I'm getting is, like, there are types of self-improvement, but true self-improvement is what you get from yourself. Like, you see these, because online is where you see what society wants, yeah. So it's like people would be telling you, okay, this is how I improve myself to go from this to this, and you feel like that's what you have to follow, but that's not your self-improvement, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's what a lot of people, like, misunderstand from
Exactly.
self-improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's been a lot of videos, like, I've tried to go in self-improvement. There's been a lot of videos telling you, like, oh, you need to wake up at 4 a.m. You need to do this 30-step workout plan, and then you need to go do that and do this and do this. And it's just too much for me. It didn't align with my basic, like, with my needs, with my abilities throughout the day. So, yeah, like, when you follow these like habits or routines that you see like on social media, you're not gonna achieve true happiness and true self-improvement because they're not tailored to your needs, they're tailored to other people's needs. Okay, so we've talked about the first question, but now I have a question for you. Do you think self-improvement comes from a sense of self-love or self-hate or self-rejection? Which one do you think it is?
Okay, I don't feel like there's one specific answer for this because it depends on what type of self-improvement. If you want good self-improvement, the kind that everyone strives for, the self-improvement from yourself, then I think it comes from a place of self-love. But this is the more common type of self-improvement. It's toxic. It's seeing something bad in yourself, let's say comparing yourself to others, doing all these things, which makes you realize the bad in yourself, which makes you hate yourself, which makes you want to change a lot. So I don't think there's like one or the other. But if we were going to go off of what I think is the best, that would be no, obviously the type that comes from self-love, because you're just finding what's better for you and then aiming for that. So I feel both. Do you think you've experienced one or the other?
I mean, yeah, I've experienced both. Like, you don't know true self-improvement and you don't know true growth until you've experienced every aspect of what you're trying to improve in. So I do believe that improvement can come from both self-resentment or rejection or self-love, but it depends on what kind of improvement, just like we've touched on before. It really just depends on the basis you start out on, because I can improve. I can tell myself that, oh, I'm so bad at this, oh, I'm not good at this, oh, I'm just not what I need to be at this, and so I will improve myself in a way that will deteriorate me and drain me mentally, instead of it being like a nourishing journey, instead of it being like an educational journey for me to learn the best for myself. So yeah, that's what I think.
You know, I was thinking about this, like self-improvement, as you said, it comes with change, right? Now, how much of this change do you think is you genuinely changing yourself, and how much of it do you think is you basically removing layers to get to your best self? Like, your best self is there, but it's just removing bad habits you're doing or something like that to get to it. Like, how often is it this and how often is that?
I mean, I often believe that you can never truly change. You will always be the same person you are, even if it's hidden like far deep within yourself. You are always going to be yourself. Even if it's the bad parts, the good parts, you are born with a personality that cannot be changed, or just like you imitating other people or trying to be like that person or like that thing. You are always one unique true person. You can never be another person. So self-improvement, I believe, is becoming your true self, to remove all these bad layers that you've gotten so used to having around you because of society's expectations, maybe because of bullying, maybe because of ostracization. I can't speak anymore. Yeah, or something like that. So I just believe that self-improvement is discovering your true self and staying true to yourself and your personality.
You know, I feel like I sort of agree, but at the same time, there's two sides to this. Like, you could argue that everyone is born with the best intentions. You know, kids or like children, you know, when they're still not changed.
nature.
Yeah, exactly. They're not changed by anything. You know, they're the best selves. They don't intend to harm anyone on purpose. But you find someone, I'm gonna go with the extreme. Hitler.
Yeah.
Right? Now, Hitler, like, as soon as you think of him, he's a bad person. He has bad intentions. He's revealed to him true self. But some people could okay, no one's arguing that Hitler is good. But no, what I'm saying is, let's say he's proven to have a love for animals. He's proven to help homeless people. It's just this, you know, certain group of people he didn't like that much. Now, this is his true self. So I feel like it's not always you revealing your true self-improvement and good all at the same time.
Yeah, but that's exactly why you self-improve. So as you said, we in human nature, we are born with good intentions.
Yeah.
We are, well, except if you have like any mental issues or something, I don't know. But this is an issue of upbringing, and not actually like a problem from within the person themselves.
Yeah.
It's the sort of environment you grow in. It's what you're encouraged to be. The people you grow up speaking with. Like maybe you just grew up in a supremacist environment. These types of things don't usually occur or appear in a normal person.
Yeah.
It's either that A, you're mentally ill, or B, no shame, I feel like that. Or B, you just had a bad childhood. That's why you self-improve. Self-improvement first comes with the realization that you need to improve, that there's something wrong within you. Hitler didn't have that realization.
No one had on this podcast saying, but it's not always the case about what you said, the two virgins. I think I heard this once on a podcast about serial killers, that the thing that joins them to make, I think it's a psychopath or a sociopath, something like that, the love for fire, I forgot what it's called, Chiromania? Pyromania. What's Cairo? Is that Genshin Impact?
Cryo is ice.
Oh, there you go. Okay. And the hate for animals and something else, I'm not quite sure. So I feel like bringing your true self isn't always equated with your best self. So change, it's not really possible in your personality, it's more possible in the things outside. Because obviously a person, I feel like their personality is their core, and then the things they do to build that personality, either good or bad, are what shows on the outside.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you're your actions and not your thoughts. You can think a lot of things that you don't identify with. Like, the brain is a constantly working machine. There are some stuff that you can't stop yourself from thinking about.
Yeah.
Self-improvement comes from bettering your actions. Do you get what I'm trying to?
Yeah.
Like, I personally, I think about a lot of bad stuff that I can't control that, obviously, because that's my brain. I can't tell it to think that, don't think that, but I can limit my actions.
Yeah.
I have a sort of discipline that lets me know that, oh, I'm not supposed to be doing that. I can think it. That's a totally different thing. I can think it, yeah.
Can't control it.
I can't, exactly, I can't control what I think. So these sociopaths, these like psychopaths, even if they think about this stuff, yes, it's gonna be harder to control in your case, but you're gonna have to try your best. That's what self-improvement is.
Yeah. So self-improvement is change in your action, not wait, no, I don't want to go this down the. I was gonna say not in your mindset or not in the way you think, but it's both together, I feel like, because as you said, you can't control the things you think about, so it's more of
Your mindset is not your thoughts.
okay, here we go. So yeah, mindset, but I'm not thinking like mindset as in like how you go about stuff. I'm thinking mindset as in like, you know, the thoughts that come to you and things like that. Right, mindset, the wrong term for it. So like self-improvement is improving the habits or traits or things like that that you cannot not change. I'm not making sense.
It's sort of making
Yeah.
sense. It's starting to make sense.
Yeah. So as you said, yeah, your mindset you can change it, but you can't change your thoughts.
You can change it.
Yeah.
It's also like as I said, it's also the content you submerge yourself in, because your mind. I have said this so many times, and I will say it before. Say it again. The content you take in, the content you suck in from whatever you're watching or whatever you're listening to, even music, is what truly impacts you. Like, you know how sad music makes us sadder?
Yeah.
Happy music makes us happy.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I mean. The content you're taking in, like, for example, this person, this psychopath or this sociopath, the more violent using the more the more violent content they take in, the more
Violent they become.
the more violent they become. Exactly. So they can work on changing up the content. They can discipline themselves on changing the content. Changing the content they're taking in, and that will gradually start to change their mindsets. Because I've had that, like, especially with music. Like, sad music was my that was my lowest. Yeah, exactly, bro. When you change that, you will truly start to see a change in your life. Truly, bro.
We'll get into like a question now really soon, but I wanted to make a comment about that. Now, we're aiming for self-improvement. We want content that helps us achieve that. Now, by common sense, that's gonna be self-improvement, like videos about exactly. So it's like it gives you this toxic mindset of I want to be like this person, but at the same time, being like this person isn't my own self-improvement. It's their self-improvement in my eyes, in my shoes, and anything like that. So it's like I don't know how to go about this, or maybe you're
I
like
know what you mean.
yeah.
So it doesn't have to be exactly like self-improvement content. It's just maybe motivational content, positive quotes like, "Today I will wake up and be a better person." Maybe just that, just that. It doesn't have to be following another person's routine. Like, of course you can. I don't mean to villainize every single self
music.
no, not music. Every single self-improvement content creator.
Okay.
Some of them truly want what's best for you, but
Yeah.
the other ones, they just want to promote themselves, promote whatever product they're trying to launch.
guy, you know him? Before
God.
you know him?
Are we talking about Ashton Hall?
Yeah.
God, the one that dips his face. God, this is so niche. Yeah, but so there are two types of self-improvement content creators, and you have to differentiate between who wants the best for you and who just wants your money.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you want to do.
So guys, I think we went a bit really deep into that topic. Really a rabbit hole. Yeah. So let's go back to a question.
Yeah, sure.
This question I was curious about because I don't know, I feel like you'd have strong opinions about it. Now, is self-improvement, you would say, selfish or the most selfless thing you could do? And why?
I think self-improvement is the most selfish thing ever you can.
Selfish?
Selfish.
Oh, why?
People. Sometimes you just need to think about yourself. You need to put yourself first. The self-improvement isn't about other people. It's about you. You're not improving for other people. You're improving so you can have a better quality of life.
Then how's it selfish?
This is what selfish is. Selfless is like you're doing it for other people.
No. No, like... Okay, continue.
Yeah. So it is okay to be a little selfish sometimes. It is okay to put yourself first. It is okay to think about yourself first and not about what other people want or think. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Like this self-improvement, you're trying to achieve your own happiness and not to make other people happy. Self-improvement is selfish, but it's a good kind of selfish. I believe when there are situations where you're gonna have to be selfish, not think about others and just think about yourself and put yourself first. Yeah, because I've done that before. I've only put other people first, and it is not a good thing. It's not a good place to be in, bro. So, yeah, some people really have to learn to be selfish. They put other people first way too many times, and they drain themselves mentally and physically, and they just fall into that rabbit hole and they never get out again.
So, wait. So you're saying the process of self-improvement is selfish?
Yes.
But, yeah, I do agree with that, but I think this road... the road leads to a place of selflessness. Like, if the road is selfish, then the end result is going to be selfless, right? Because you being a better version of yourself, it's not only benefiting you, it's also benefiting the people around you. So does that cancel out the road being selfish? If we think about it in a way, no.
I think the outcome is going to be both selfish and selfless.
How?
It's going to be the perfect balance of both, because you're happy and other people are happy. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Because like you're doing this for yourself, you're not doing this for other people. That's the main part of self-improvement.
Yeah.
Just like what we talked
But
about.
selfish is bad. Like the
Selfish
term...
doesn't always have to be bad. We've villainized every single term. Like, oh, books have told us that this is evil. This is evil. Oh, media has told us. Being selfish.
Yeah, we've
is-
villainized putting ourselves first.
Exactly.
But I feel like would self-improvement, if there was a road for self-improvement, selfish is putting yourself first, and sometimes more than needed. Like sometimes it means if there is only one lifeboat that only takes one person, you put yourself and not the woman with a child. You know what I'm saying? Like that's an extreme, but that's still an idea of being selfish.
Yeah, but that's why at the end I told you it's a perfect balance of selfish and selfless.
Yeah.
I feel like to be successful in life or to be happy, you have to be the perfect balance of everything. Pessimist and optimist, you're gonna be the perfect balance of that. Like, I'm going into a completely different topic right now, but like I'm trying to bring up like an example. I've always hated people that are too much of something. I don't hate them necessarily, but like they don't sit right with me. I hate people that are too optimistic, and I hate people that are too pessimistic. I believe that a person has to be, not has to be, but the person who is a balance between both has truly achieved inner peace.
Yeah.
I'm referencing Kung Fu Panda, bro.
Inner peace.
Yes. So you have to be a perfect, not perfect, but you have to have at least a little bit of selfishness in you and a little bit of selflessness to truly achieve the improvement that you've been wanting to achieve.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. Since we were just talking about inner peace and the Kung Fu Panda reference, and I don't know, do you think peace is something you can achieve or something that you have to remember?
Okay. So, I think before answering this, we have to answer, can you ever achieve peace? Inner peace, right? Depending on your answer to that, if it's a yes, then you'd ask that question. Now, in my opinion, inner peace is another way to say self-fulfillment, right? If you're fulfilled with yourself, fulfilled with everything around you, then you've gained inner peace, right? But because it's not just you being fulfilled with yourself, it's also being fulfilled with others, then I think it's something you remember. Because you can never change the ones around you to suit your idea of peace. You can change yourself as much as you'd like. In the end of the day, you're yourself, right? I can change myself to the better, to the worse, whatever suits my idea of peace. Can I change you to my liking? No. I'll never be able to do that. Can I remember a time when you lived up or you had done something that lived to my idea of peace? Yes. So I think peace is something you remember, you think of, you hold to yourself, not something you can achieve.
I think that's really deep. Honestly, I really like that. I really like that answer because I never thought of that. Like when I was reading it, like the questions. So I really like that answer because when I thought of that question, my answer was a completely different thing. It was in the
Can
same.
you tell me?
Yeah, it was in the same exact. Like I believe that peace is something that can be remembered because I believe that everybody has a certain level of peace in them.
Yeah.
Even if there's a war waging within them, even if there's so many problems they're going through, there's still a sense of peace that they don't remember or they've forgotten or just so deep within them. So that's what I was initially thinking about. Peace is something that has to be remembered. Even like you can't really achieve it. Everybody has peace inside of them. So that's what I was thinking about initially, but your answer amazed me, honestly.
No, but I feel like your answer, it's like more like you can think of it in the real word. Like peace, it's something you do remember. Like everyone does have peace in them. Like I also didn't think of the way you answered. That's why I like Africa talking to you. Like everything I said, I genuinely like you. I love you the way you're thinking. Everyone does have peace inside them, but like to levels, and I feel like you don't realize you have it in you until it becomes less or until you find something that disrupts this peace. Then you realize. Like for me, I think the most inner peace I've ever felt in my life was back during the 8th grade. I don't know, it just felt like everything was calm, everything was good.
This showcases how different people's lives can be because
Your 8th grade was bad?
lowest point of my life.
What?
Really?
7th grade was the lowest point. I loved 8th.
I was very socially awkward in 7th, but 8th was my lowest one.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm in 9th grade for reference. 10th. But
I've never heard someone say they didn't like 8th.
8th grade was so bad. So bad.
I
So
met
bad.
her in 8th grade, by the way,
Yeah,
guys. I don't know what that tells you about.
guys, I was a completely different person back then, okay?
Yeah.
I was so socially awkward. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
I used to be so scared of talking to you because she always knew what to say. She's always been like this confident, bubbly personality. So
I would like to disagree.
excuse me,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Anyway, peace. Do you think you can remember a time of peace?
A time of peace. I mean, honestly, even if I felt peaceful at some time, like there are still problems in the back. Like it's just somewhere around me that disrupted my peace. But the time that I felt most peaceful was back at home in Syria. We were going to the countryside. I think I don't remember if I was in Damascus or in the coastal areas. I don't remember. But we went to this countryside. It was just pure bliss. It's like those like really. It's like a village. ضيعة. I don't know how to say that in English. I just sat down there, no electronics, no internet, no connection to the outside world, no problems. I didn't have to think about anything else but the moment. I was just thinking about my present moment. And the sun was setting, and just like it was just a scenic thing. It was just, I'm saying bro too much. It's fine, guys. Bros. Everybody's bros. Just like this nature right in front of me, and nobody bothering me, no pestering, no problems, no school, no nothing. I felt at peace because I didn't have to be reminded of all the things I had to catch up with, all my problems or all my mistakes. Just like it was really in the moment, so I felt true peace at that moment. Yeah.
But like, I think we brought it peace because in our minds, or like for example, when I thought about this question, it's like I think normally people's idea is that when you finish this self-improvement, which I have a question related to finishing it after, it's like you feel this peace. But I don't think peace is ever about you being content with yourself, because peace, as we said, it's not something you can achieve. So I think our thought process while asking the question led us to a different way, but I'm glad we thought about this. Now, the question I wanted to ask, usually self-improvement, not usually, it is for bettering yourself. Do you think you could ever achieve being perfect? No.
Obviously not.
If you finish all your self-improvement goals, what does that make you? You're aiming for something. Wouldn't that something be perfection? If you obviously people have 1,000 million gazillion goals, right? I don't think hardly anyone in this entire universe ever achieved all their self-improvement goals, because it's a long list. No one's born perfect in any aspect of anything. So if we were to say hypothetically someone achieved all the self-improvement goals they could, would that lead to someone who's perfect?
No. Why? People are gonna stay flawed either ways. You can't get rid of some flaws, personality flaws, habit flaws. There are some things you can't get rid of because this is your personality. This is how you've been coded throughout your entire life. That's your upbringing. Yes, you can improve yourself. You can improve certain habits. You can improve certain bad parts about your personality, but there's still gonna be the residue. There's still gonna be the residue. So self-improvement is trying to overpower these things with positivity and motivation, whatever. So you can't really be perfect with self-improving yourself. What's the point of being perfect anyways? I was once watching a Bob Ross video. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember if it was Bob Ross or someone else.
Did he have an afro?
I don't remember. That's the
It's
thing.
someone painting.
Yeah, it's someone painting, but I don't remember. What's the point of going on and just continuing with painting if you're perfect? If you aim to have perfection in your drawing, you're drawing so you can become a better artist.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
So if you're perfect, so what now?
You make art while being perfect.
Yes,
Okay.
that's the point. But art is constant improvement.
Yeah.
If you achieve perfection in art, so what's the point?
Okay.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I do. But I have an opinion about this. We can never say there's something called perfect in art, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, but look, listen. Obviously, because everyone has their own opinion about something like this. It's not like, for example, let's say in something that has grades, there's no yes, maybe, it's only yes or no. Math. لعبتك. There's only a yes or a no. In art, there's, maybe I like this, maybe I don't like Monet. Some people love him, some people hate him.
That's exactly why you can't be perfect.
Exactly, that's in art.
It's subjective.
Yes, it's subjective. This is in creative fields. I'm talking about non-creative fields. English aside, art aside, music aside, science, math, life, thinking, all of these things. It's possible to achieve being perfect in them. That's debatable. But if, let's say this hypothetical, you were betting yourself in these things that can be perfected, could it be possible?
Man, this is confusing. Yeah, very confusing. Rephrase that.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna put it, I think, because everyone else is confused here.
Also, I just realized, I don't know if you guys realized, I have coffee spills over here, so just don't mind that. Don't mind that.
Okay. So, I'm thinking about the question again, and I think what I'm trying to find out the answer for is perfection possible? Which I know it's not, right? But what I think what I wanted to know is now, what is the goal of self-improvement? I think that's what I wanted to know. I just couldn't phrase it right. So what do you think the goal of self-improvement is? Out of all this, it's not perfection, right?
Give me 2 seconds. How about that? What's the goal of self-improvement? To self-improve, to your habits, to better your well, not your person. Yeah, I am very close, guys. To self-improve is to improve your habits, not to improve your personality, not to change your personality, but to take on a better mindset, not better thoughts, as we said. Yeah, so I think that's what self-improvement is. You're just trying to get rid of all these negative thoughts, these negative habits, and just push them out of your life.
Yeah.
That's just what self-improvement is. Everybody likes to overcomplicate it with fancy terms,
Yeah.
but that really is what it is. It may be simple terms, but it's a very hard journey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not perfection.
It's not perfect.
I think that's how I was confusing myself a lot. Okay. I think we partially spoke about this in the beginning, about self-improvement and how it can lead into something bad. Now, I want this to be the good self-improvement. I'm not asking you about the bad self-improvement, the one where it's not for yourself, this type of stuff. Could your personal self-improvement become toxic?
Well, okay, at some point, you become too submerged in yourself. You become too submerged with thinking about yourself. You're going to grow your ego.
Yes.
Once you think too much about yourself and too much about your habits and too much about your personality and just become completely selfish and selfless, you are going to become egotistical and narcissistic.
But you said the road is all selfish.
Well, yeah, I might have made a mistake there. Well, the road can be a good kind of selfish. That's why I said there's a good selfish and a bad selfish. So this is the bad selfish. You're only thinking about how good you've become, how good you're getting.
Yeah.
You're becoming
Self-centered.
عم تشوفي حالك. Yeah. I don't know. There are some things I can't think about in English. Yeah. So you just become self-centered. You think you're better than everybody. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I used to have that problem.
Ooh.
I used to have that problem so bad because everybody used to praise me so much when I was a child, and now I'm like, oh,
You put yourself on a pedestal.
I did.
That virgin book.
Oh my god. Yeah, we saw a book. Do I say the title?
It's fine, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like
Don'ts for wives.
no, don'ts for husbands. No, it's for wives.
Yeah.
It's like, don't put your husband on a pedestal. I opened a random page, by the way. Don't put your husband on a pedestal. Like, don't cry when you put your husband on a pedestal and then later find out he's an ordinary man just like every other. Guys,
That's like
Guys.
as weird as it sounds.
this is probably one of the best things I've ever heard in my entire life.
Like not your husband, even yourself.
Yeah.
Like as you were saying, like oh yeah, actually the part you said about people putting you on a pedestal, like I agree with her. By the way, I was in the same school as her. When I tell you, you wouldn't go past a single teacher, and especially in math, not knowing how great she is, how good she is. Like, she can't be blamed for putting herself on this pedestal. Like, she's smart. She's like, mashallah, super smart. So it's like sometimes
Stop the glaze.
sometimes you're forced to put yourself on this pedestal, which sometimes leads you to think you don't need self-improvement. Did you face that?
Yeah, and I did actually face that, and I went through the worst ego death. The worst. That's why I told you before that I hate people that are too much of something, too full of themselves. I hate pride with such a burning passion. That's exactly why I hate pride, because I used to be too prideful at some point, and then I had a horrible ego death. A horrible ego death. I'm not gonna go through that. But I just realized that, oh, I am just another ordinary person who just seems to be a bit luckier than other people in some fields. Other people can achieve what I'm doing if they try.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So yeah, so we're going back to the topic. I'm sorry, but self-improvement can be toxic. If you are too much of something, it can really reach a level of toxicity. Too much of anything, everything, too much optimism, too much pessimism is going to be a bad thing.
Yeah.
You're going to have to find a perfect balance between all of these fields for it to become truly what you need to and want to achieve. Yeah.
Okay. I do agree with that, because like in a way self-improvement is trying to catch or trying to chase something you don't know if you can achieve. And the worst part is it's something in yourself. Like you see how good you can. Oh, you know something, a real life example of this is I see a lot of people online posting about themselves when, let's say, they were skinny and then they got fat, right? Or like someone saying, no, they never would have known their potential if they didn't try. So you're staring at what you could be, and that makes it so much more toxic. I think, in my opinion, the first time you're building into self-improvement, it isn't that toxic, right? You're going up, you're going up, you're going up. You don't know how up you can go, but you just keep on going up, and then you fall. You have, like, as you said, this like
Just the sudden ego death.
yeah, exactly, the ego death. And then after it becomes so much more toxic. You're not self-improving, you're trying to go back to what you were, right? So it can, I feel like, very toxic. It can be very, very, very extremely toxic. So you just have to know how to deal with it, and you have to know that you're never aiming to, be what you think you could be. And also, I know I'm talking a lot, but
It's fine.
this
You're making a good point. It's fine.
this reminds me of, people usually tell you don't compare yourself to others, compare yourself to yourself. But maybe my self in the past, my older self, had such support or had so much more opportunities. That's why they did what they could do.
Now to yourself yesterday.
Exactly.
You were in a totally different situation even yesterday. 2 seconds ago, you were in a different situation.
Exactly. So I feel like just don't compare yourself. Okay, I know this is not self-improvement, but this goes back to
I mean, self-improvement,
it. Yeah, it does have.
comparison is the thief of joy, guys. I've heard
Yeah.
that before. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know where. Yeah, but comparison really is the thief of joy. Like, if you're comparing yourself with others, with other things, comparison is just never the way to go.
Never.
Never. So, I'm gonna go back, way back to the topic of psychopath and sociopath and their upbringing. Yeah. And Hitler. How much of your self-improvement do you think is about healing your inner child?
Okay. You know, the bad thing about asking me questions is that I'll always give you an answer that's just, it depends. But I'm gonna try.
No. Look, we'll go into the question, but I feel like the smarter you get, the more subjective things become to you. Because now you know how to put yourself into everybody's shoes. So now everything is subjective. Now everything just depends. So that's just a sign of smartness in you. You're just really smart, bro.
Thank you.
We're sitting in the
Flattered.
presence of Einstein.
Herself.
Einstein, whatever.
Einstein herself. Anyway, so I'm gonna give you, I think there's two major pathways this could go down on. The traumatized child, the psychopath child,
know that too well.
and the child with a good, let's say, good upbringing. Now, the child with a bad childhood, they could always be fixed. Okay, that's a bad term. I'm not saying anyone's broken, but the things they have, they can become better, right? The self improvement, they can do it to
They
themselves.
can come like into terms or to peace with.
Yeah, exactly. So they can improve, and that would make the question's answer yes. It would be a matter of healing your inner child. Now, if we were to look at someone with a great upbringing who isn't necessarily a good person, not necessarily self-improving, that wouldn't be a matter of healing their inner child, because their inner child isn't scarred. Their inner child's doing great, right? It may be due to something they faced later on in life. Someone, like, I don't know, bullied them because they did something wrong or something, or maybe it's just them being a bad person. So that's why I feel like this answer is subjective. So I'm gonna leave this to the side, the people who had a good childhood. Now, the people who didn't have a good childhood, right? Let's talk about the people who had a bad childhood, as in they're traumatized, and the people who, as we said, were like diagnosed with something, where whether that be a mental issue, whether that be they're a diagnosed sociopath, psychopath. Guys, I'm sorry for not knowing the correct terms, because those are different. I don't know which one is.
One shows that they're emotionless and one doesn't. They're like pretty much the same thing.
Yeah,
This one.
but the one that I'm talking about, I'm not gonna claim
It's
something.
fine. Just like people. By the way, I just want to preface this by saying we are not shaming anybody with those mental illnesses.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
just using this as like a startup to the question, because we know that many people struggle with this. That's why we started this entire topic. We want to help spread awareness about this type of thing. So we're not shaming
Yeah.
anybody.
And like when we refer to these people, like, I don't like that I'm putting it in the same like psychopath and mental illness. It's not something that's like, they're not similar, but at the same time it's something that is in your mind that you can't control.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
what we meant with thoughts.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why we're grouping it together. As she said, we're not shaming anyone. We're just explaining in our point of view. And another thing I want to preface is, obviously we're not professionals in any of this. This is
Yeah.
just our like unsolicited opinions. No one's asking.
This is
We're
just a
asking.
session. This is not something you should like. Let's take it.
Take
with a
reference.
grain-
Take
Take it with a grain of salt.
Many grains of salt.
Many grains. Too many.
Yeah. So
Did you know 1 tablespoon of salt can kill you? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, if you take it in one go, I think it will kill you. Didn't like the prince, somebody in Britain, like he was a royalty, he died because of that.
what?
Did he?
Don't people do those videos where they like have a tablespoon and then they put it in some like liquid and then they make their significant other try it? Like those girls cook it
Yeah,
and
but
then
they're
see.
not too much. I don't know. I heard that somewhere. Again, I'm not a professional. But
Jama'ah, so many grains of salt.
guys, so many, but just not enough to kill you. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so if we were talking about those children who have faced trauma, then yes, it is a matter of healing your inner child. Now, to which degree of self-improvement does healing your inner child reach? That's not something I can say, not something any of us can say, because we haven't been through that. But I do believe that it heals the significant amount, because you're so caught up in these ideas, these thoughts, this trauma, that the new things you're facing, the new issues, you also relate them to this trauma. I don't know if you like realize these people with trauma, like everything in their life, try to explain it with them having this trauma, right? And I'm not, again, guys, we're not shaming anyone. We're not saying this. It's just like a mulahadha, right? So when they heal it, I think they heal much more than just the trauma. They heal everything that came after it. So yes, there's one of the halat, yes. Second halat, the one where mental illness, because I don't know many mental illnesses if they're, because you're not 100% sure that they're curable. Like, it's not something you can overcome to say that you can self-improve after that. So that's why I feel this question out of all of them is the most hypothetical, maybe what if.
Yes.
But in general, if we're taking the people who are most affected, their inner child is most affected, and they're healing that, then yes, the question's answer would be a yes.
Honestly, this is what I love about you, because you're bringing new perspectives into my life. Because really, I did genuinely think something has to be wrong with your inner child for you to not be able to self-improve.
Yeah.
So thank you for that, because honestly, like really I didn't put myself into other people's shoes. I was just thinking that, oh, this person is troubled, they have a problem with their inner child. They just need to improve that, and then voila, that's it. So this is the final question. I mentioned before that I chose this topic because people don't know where to start or how to start their self-improvement journey. So where do you find the motivation to improve yourself or go into that journey of self-improvement? Because I think that's probably the hardest part of it all.
Obviously. Okay. Oopsies. Okay, guys. This a part of my answer is gonna sound very contradictory to what I said.
Yeah, it's fine.
This is gonna be one part, and then I'll explain the other part. The first part is the motivation, knowing you can, which, like, I'm gonna explain that. Didn't I just tell you guys that usually you compare yourself to yourself when you were good, like, you know, when you first start that improvement, you reach a point that's very high, and you go down. I feel like if you're looking at it in a positive way, right, you see what you have achieved, and that gives you a mindset of what you can achieve, so that itself gives you motivation.
Yeah,
Now,
but that's not comparison, that's awareness.
yeah, exactly, that's what I was gonna say. How it differentiates from the comparison, which is what I was just telling you guys is very bad, and I'm still with my word, I'm not changing what I said. It's very bad. That, like, you're not saying, you know, because I could do this, or now I'm bad because I did this before, or my older self could do this, my younger self before, things like that, right? Now it's more of using it as an inspiration. Because I had achieved that, because I know I can achieve that, I could do more, and by that you're giving yourself motivation to aim even higher than before, and that motivates you. That's the first. The second is, guys, it's gonna sound so much like
Okay, we're listening.
so much like comparison, but the only way you know you could do better is by seeing others doing better. Like, you have no let me give you guys an example of myself. Back in, I think it was early 9th grade, we did the Student Voice Accelerator, right? This was like this type of program. We went in it.
Oh, nostalgia.
Yeah, it was really long ago. I feel like it was beginning of last
2
year.
years ago. Well, a year and a half ago.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, so I went through it. I finished a big part of it, and then towards the end they started giving us stories of what students could do, right? They started giving us stories of Esther, who like started this school, and I forget his name. He's Mexican, and then he did this
I have no
water
idea.
thing.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. But
Yeah,
I don't remember.
his name I think begins with an M.
No clue.
Either way, him, right? Him. So I had an idea of what you're capable of. Like, when I tell you genuinely, before that, I never had even the slightest thought that me as a student I could do any of these things. And I'm not even trying to motivational talk right here. Like, genuinely seeing others achieve something is, to me at least, the biggest motivator, because it just opens your eyes. And I feel like opening your eyes and realizing you can do better, you can achieve something, you can better improve yourself is more than half the way there. Because no person in the right mind sees how good you can become yourself and chooses not to, right? Or
Yeah,
do you?
exactly, like it's exactly as you said, it's not comparison, it's motivation.
Yeah.
That's why I said, like back in the episode, I don't remember exactly what I said. I'm a little bit demented, it's fine. You need motivational content. You don't need necessarily like other people going on a self-improvement journey. You need motivational content.
Yeah.
That's what you need to submerge yourself in. That's what you need to just try to lean into.
Yeah.
It's motivation what really gets you. It's not comparison. Like, I think you made a pretty good point. Like, it didn't sound like comparison at all. Yeah.
Do you have anything to add?
Honestly, no. I feel like we've covered pretty much a lot of it. Like, I'd say the majority. Like, yeah, it's such a deep thing, but like I feel like we've covered the bases, the general terms of it. So I feel like, yeah, that's what we had to say. That's what I had to say.
Yeah.
At least, yeah.
Okay. So, to finish off, I want to give you guys a few words about self-improvement, and if Naya wants to add something in the end, she'll do that. Now, obviously, you guys should know to this point, self-improvement is not it's a journey, not something you can just turn on and off. It's not something where like Ashton Hall does, you wake up, wash your face with cold water.
Go for a run. splash your face, drink
Yeah.
your Fiji water, splash your
Like,
face.
guys, like, this is not what
I
self-improvement
never
is.
liked him. Never liked him.
Okay, we're not getting into that. I don't think anyone does, but like, it's not. Can you hear that?
Is that a child or a chair?
It's your own journey, you know. Don't go looking at what people have achieved, how people have improved, how much they changed, and take that as a measure to how you should self-improve. Right? At the end of the day, everything you do, your life is your life, right? And I think many people, even if they do recognize that, they fail to live by it, they fail to act on it, they fail to genuinely like live life knowing that it's your journey, that no matter how many mistakes come your way, no matter how many times you're trying to self-improve and then you fail, that is a part of it. Like all, like when people tell you these types of things, that failing is only a part of success, like it's true, and you'll never realize how true these sayings are, these popular sayings are, until you go through them. I was the biggest hater of all of these sayings. Genuinely, any saying on this earth, I think like who do these people think they are? Like what type of stuff are they saying?
Yeah, we've all had like this sense of pride, like oh we're
Yeah, like-
we're above that.
Yeah, like no, it's not true. But then when you genuinely start to act, when you go through something that saying refers to, you realize all of it is true. You realize you know nothing, but everything at the same time.
We got rid of the microphone, so we're sorry if the audio is a little bit.
Trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust what you're doing, trust that whatever road you go by, if it's your road, if you went on it because you believe that what you were going to find there is going to benefit you, then it'll never do you wrong. So, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I have something that may not seem like it has to do with the entire topic to some people, but if you really think about it, it does.
Okay.
I've told you this before, but I don't know if you remember it. We were like with Miss Isra and a few other students. I was talking about one of my favorite quotes in a book. There's a
The
book.
Beljar?
The Beljar. So there's just this entire thing that goes. The translation to that is "Atrameez Jaras," but that's another story. So there's an analogy. It's called the fig tree analogy. I'm just gonna give you the summary of it. I don't remember the exact words, obviously, but like I haven't even read the book. I just like a little quote. The character finds herself sitting at the bottom of a fig tree. And the fig tree, each fig is what her life could turn out to. In one of these lives, she has a husband and a loving family. In one of these lives, she's a brilliant professor, she's looked up to and she's respected. In the other life, she's a poet. In the other fig, she's that. And in another fig, she's that. And you just have all of these brilliant figs. Just a fig beyond a fig beyond a fig. Just like there are so many things you can choose from. And there she was at the bottom of that tree, dying from starvation because she couldn't know what to pick. And just like that, right in front of her eyes, she watched every single fig turn wrinkled and black and turn rotten. So what I'm trying to get, like the point I'm trying to get at is if you're not going to improve yourself now, then when? You're just sitting here, you're wasting your time. You're saying, I'll just do it later, I'll start it later, maybe another time, maybe when the right time comes. The right time is now. There is no right time anyways. It's just just like it's such a deep thing to me. Like this is probably one of my favorite quotes ever.
But that's agree. It's very like
yeah.
wow.
If not now, then when? There is no right time. You just start. That's what I was trying to get at.
I love that idea. So guys,
Yeah.
thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Let's pretend like this is on, by the way.
Yeah.
That's why it was on.
We switched phones. It's fine.
So guys, okay, let's actually pretend like it's on,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
Thank you for watching. I hope you gained a thing or two from this video.
Hopefully.
Yes.
I did.
We both
And
did.
we're recording. Yeah.
Yeah. So, catch you in the next one. Bye.
Hopefully.